Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Jund Fights. So, I played a Fight Club deck a while back, and I really wanted to revisit that type of deck now that we are kind of settling down in the standard metagame before the new release of whatever the new set is in the next 5,000 years or so. And now, there are, from Decklist that I found online, there is a new inclusion I really wanted to try out, the Dragon-Kami Reborn. This is a crazy card because apparently I cracked a lot of them back in back when Kamigawa first came out, and I never really played with this card. This is a saga that on chapter 1 and 2 you'll gain 2 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down with a hatching counter on it. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Then when it flips, right, on chapter 3, we get a 0/1 Dragon-Kami Egg. Whenever Dragon-Kami Egg or dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with a hatching counter on it without mana cost. So without paying its mana cost. This is in sync because basically it's kind of like the Fight Rigging combo in that we get to cheat out a very big spell. But this is not like the Fight Rigging combo where when Fight Rigging goes away, the spell we exile also go away. When Dragon-Kami Reborn goes away, we still get that face-down creature or face-down spell with the hatching counter. So if I cast another Dragon-Kami Reborn and that gives me the egg later on, I still can activate that ability, which and play that spell for free. And that's kind of crazy, right? It's not that bad. Of course, this deck really doesn't run any dragons, so it doesn't have the second ability of whenever a dragon you control dies. Just only Dragon-Kami Egg. I think that's good enough. So the rest of the deck is a pretty standard Golgari shell. We don't really have any red cards other than Italy later on in the game. So that is the only red card in the deck. And because we're a fight rigging deck, the deck doesn't really run with Caverns of Souls very well since all of our creatures are different types. We got Toxrill, which is a slug horror. We got Italy, which is an elder dinosaur. We got Archfiend, which is a Phyrexian demon. We got Shakedown Heavy, which is an ogre warrior. Right? They're not really any sort of direct shared types. When we flip Italy, we do get a Phyrexian elder dinosaur, so that's 2 Phyrexians, but you can't cast Italy on the flip side. So that's where the deck really kind of lacks, I believe, against counterspell decks because we don't have Caverns of Souls. But I wanted to try it out because a lot of decks right now are just trying to go tall, go big, right? And this deck also goes tall and go big, and we can take their stuff with Breach. Hopefully before they take our stuff with their Breach. So let's look at the entire deck list. In the early game, of course, we got a lot of removal. We got 2 cut down. We got 3 March of Wretched Sorrow, which is very good for gaining life against aggro and burn decks. Then we have 3 Go for the Throat. Of course, we need that. And 3 Tear Asunder. There are a lot of artifacts and enchantments in today's meta, so this might be pretty good. We can also always just kick it and just remove any permanent we want, which is pretty important, any non-land permanent, which is very important because we don't really have any fight against Planeswalkers, and that's a big deal. Then we also have 2 Virtue of Persistence. I put this in a 2-drop because most likely it's going to be aimed at as a 2-drop to get -3/-3 and gain 2 life. But if we can sneak it under a Fight Club, that's also pretty good. Or Fight Rigging, it's also pretty good. And then the 3-drop, we got, of course, the Fight Rigging to kind of get that combo off. And then we also have Shakedown Heavy as the second half of that combo because it's a 6/4. We can cast it with Shakedown Heavy, with Fight Rigging, and then put that Fight Rigging on top of it, the +1 counter. Then we immediately have a 7 power creature, right? And that's pretty good. So and also we have 3 Dragon-Kami Reborn. The deck list that I found online all run 3 off, so I'm only going to run 3 off. And then I also have 4 Archfiend of the Dross. Also very good at comboing with Fight Rigging because it's 6 power. But it's, just a very strong creature on its own just to beat your opponent with. And then we have 2 Gix Command to return things from the graveyard, and then our crazy 7 drops. We got 2 Breach, 2 Toxrill, 2 Italy. So a lot of times we're going to play our deck, but sometimes we're also going to play our opponent's deck with these Breach and the Italy. So that's pretty fun. And then finally we got the lands. We got a Fight Rigging deck. We only have 24 lands, so that's also something that I'm hesitant about. But again, all the deck lists I found runs 24 lands. I think they just have a lot of games to kind of average out all those bad land draws. So let's look at the whole deck list. We got 3 Swamps, 2 Mountains, 1 Forest, 1 Boseiju, and then we have 4 Haunted Ridge, 4 Deathcap Glade, only 1 Restless Cottage, and then 4 Rockfall Vale, and then 4 Ziatora's Proving Ground. You can see here we have all the slow lands because the deck really it wants to go off on turn 3, right? Well, not go off, but it wants to be able to play on turn 3. But we don't want any tap lands on turn 3, so that's why we have all these lands that once we get to turn 3, they should come into play untapped. And any of the fast lands, they don't really help that much because the deck doesn't do much turn 1 and 2. Really, it's just aiming to remove. So we're gonna go second almost every game. I'm expecting, which means that, well, our turn 3 is their turn 4, and our turn 4 is their turn 5. So hopefully we should be able to last until turn 5 for our combo to really hit off. But, you know, that's a very ambitious thought because we don't have any board wipes in the deck, other than maybe a Gix command, which is a pseudo board wipe, and we don't have any, you know, strong life gain. We get life gain from Gix command, and from Virtue, and from March, but those aren't very strong life gains like white decks do have. So we're gonna hope that this deck can hold its own, but it's a Fight Club deck, it's combo, it's kind of gimmicky, but I really find these kind of decks fun. So regardless of how many wins we get, let's just try to have fun with it. Alright, let's go some Jund fights. It's called Jund, but it's not really Jund. We don't really have red spells other than a tally. We got red lands, but they're not doing much. And I hope it's a fun deck. I mean, I hope it will give us some fun games. Alright, we against Dynamo. We got 2 lands, opening hand going first. And then we got just horrendous opener. You know what, I'm gonna keep anyways, and hopefully I draw a 3rd land, but this is a horrendous opener. You don't really want to mulligan in best of 1 going first, because then you would draw 2 lands, have a worse hand, and have to put away the card. Not that any of these cards matter. Oh, we have Kumano. It's unfortunate that they didn't go first for them. Not that it will matter too much, but see that forest site of that basically changed the algorithm, so they don't always get to go first. If this was a mountain, they'll always go first, and they will win every game. Instead, now they're just had to settle for winning this game. But, so that was a bad keep, right? And you would think that, but nothing we can do about that, because if I mulligan and I don't draw land, it would be the worst hand. Probably should have mulligan though, because the 2 Gix commands aren't doing much. I only mainly kept because I had the combo in my hand already, and that was very, very enticing. But this is gonna kill me right now. That's what, 12, 14 damage? Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that now. Let's see, I'm at 5. I don't draw a land on turn. See, if I had a land last turn, my combo would have gone off. But I don't have a land, so I'm gonna go down. I'll kill this. I'll go down to 2, and there's no point. All right, so first game, 24 lands is kind of tricky, but you know, this is the first time I play with this new version, and I'm still learning what the mulligans are. It's unfortunate how Wizard have made Magic, especially on Best of 1 and on these kind of standard games, where the game is, I think, about 70-80% decided based on the mulligans, and that's not fun. That's not how you want to play any card game. Why do you have a deck if your opening hand is deciding the game? Sentinel Bro. Okay, this guy's a bro. That's kind of scary. See, now we have 3 lands, but now we don't have the rigs. Still gonna keep. And see, mountain, go first, right? It's really just how you want the game to play out is really dependent on whether or not you have just mountains in your deck. Oh, that was okay. I guess they're gonna play both, so it doesn't matter. But that was a bad tap. I would have used the mirrors first. But they're playing for 2 creatures, so it didn't matter too much. All right, time to Virtue. Gain a little bit of life. I always thought Virtue is -3/-3 and gain 3 life, and that's cost me games here or there because that's like 1 life difference. You can get a Shakedown Heavy, but it'll probably just die to like a buff or something. On a Ridge, Shakedown Heavy. Charming Scoundrel. Well, that just means he can't attack, but he'll probably still. Would he still attack? That is. Well, wow, I guess he will. What's he gonna do? one-shot everything. I'm kind of speechless right now, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Should I cut down the Swiss Sphere right now before he buffs? I don't know if you can buff it. Wait, another heavy? Let's not throw away the cut down just that quickly. I am at 9 though, so very close to dead. Another scoundrel, okay. Everything attacks. Let's see. I will go to block. I will block this 2. And I'll cut this 2 down. Down to 5. Did I just die? I think I just died. Can I afford to attack here? I cannot. But if he attacks, I can block and kill his creatures that way. I'm not gonna... This is not gonna last 4 turns, so it doesn't matter too much. He does go all the full attack. If I block 2, I take 4. Very close to dead here. But I have to do it. I'll take 4 this way too, right? And I'll remove that thing on board. Or I go down to 1. I go down to 1 either way. I take 4. That's a land. Okay, so this is only 12 damage, which is not enough. And if he has any burn, I die. So what do I do here? If I attack, he'll just take the 6. He'll go down to 10. Right? If I attack with 2, he'll go down to... Or 2 creatures, he'll go down to... Not enough. Not enough. So if he has any burn, I die. If he draws a land, I die. If he draws a land, I die. Does he have enough? He does have enough. Good game. Mono red, right? They went first. If they didn't go first, we would have gotten this. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he's gonna do it. Ah! 2 Italis in the deck, 2 Italis in my hand. I mean, I have 2 Italis in the whole deck, and I drew both of them in my hand. That's what I meant to say. We have a lot of removal in the deck. We have a little bit of life gain with cards like March, but, you know, we didn't draw any of that, and our opponent drew all of their things going first, so... Mono red. Tom F75. Hello, Tom. Oh, look at that. Black cards only, red mana only. That's definitely not a keepable hand. If we draw a swamp, this would be great. We're not going to draw a swamp, and this is not a good hand because we can't really do anything. So, guess we have to mulligan. Another aggro deck, huh? Well, okay, so they're faster than us, which is why they go first. This means that we're going to put back the Gix command or the Itali. Probably the Itali. I mean, like, I'm not going to hard cast it. Not a mountain turn 1. That is... I am so shocked and surprised. Well, Mishra's Foundry. Still kind of an aggro deck. But not really, because they have the underdog, right? So... the next thing we do is... we're shooting underdog while we still can. They're a black deck, which means they have a very hard time fighting against enchantments. And we have a lot of good enchantments in the deck. Probably... oh, she's going to attack me. Don't agree with that, but sure. I guess they have nothing else to do. Even if you have nothing else to do, I would have just held my mana open. Trap breach. Shieldred. Alright, let's go for its throat before anything else. We draw a land. Since we draw a land, do I want to... well, I need 7 mana for the Virtue, so let's drop these lands. Probably gonna need it. Underdog. Attack me again. I guess they're just gonna try to burst us. Fair, but I don't think that's a good play. What do we have? Just go for the throw. Let's see if he holds his mana open or he try to blitz us. He tries to, well, that doesn't really blitz us. He can still have go for the throw, right? And if he does, we're gonna lose a land. I don't want that to happen, I think. Well, unless he plays something, he's not gonna. A tally. Alright, that means we can't play anything this turn. We can Gix command, which is pretty bad. Let's just hold up a cottage as a blocker. Blitz, okay. If he attacks us for 6, right? We don't die here. And if he attacks with the Foundry, we have a blocker. He's just gonna attack us for 6. Well, our tally's gonna give us our breach, so that's a lot of things happening. Even though we're at 6, it looks dire. Not really. Unless he's got a discard spell. Okay, no discard spell, which is good for us. There's a tally. Hopefully I get something that's not dumb. I guess the dumbest we can get is a cut down. They're gonna kill a tally on the stack? That's not smart. That is not smart at all. That's a horrible play. Alright, well, we'll get our Graveyard Trespasser. We'll get their Graveyard Trespasser. And then we will get... Does this do anything? Make him sack a creature and return 2 things. Alright, let's see. We'll each one will sack a creature. And we can return our tally and play next turn, but we can also reanimate it, so... Yeah, I don't really need that Gix command. I don't want the Atali out. Let's kill one of your Unadol. Thanks for the 1 life. Oh, I guess the Atali is dead, so I don't get the Fight Rigging. Forgot about that. I just thought it was already on the stack. That was a slight mistake, but that's fine. My tally! You monster! How did I get a +1/+1 counter? I don't. Oh, the Fight Rigging. That's why. Yeah, Archfiend will give me the burst, right? I guess that's what I wanted. Yeah, let's do it. A lot of things in his graveyard. I can get a Liliana, make him sacrifice his 1 creature. What do I get from my side? I get nothing. I get 1 Archfiend. We'll get his Liliana, make him sacrifice his creature. I can get his Shieldred. Now let's get his Liliana.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Alright, sacrifice your creature.
I've always hated crowds.
Alright, we have a Tear Asunder. It's not gonna activate on 4. We can't kick it, but we can definitely use it. Let's put a stop here. Do we even want to use the stop? I think he just dies next turn, so I think it'll be fine. Is he gonna blitz on us? I mean, the attack doesn't matter, but he can try it. He'll lose 2 life, he'll gain 2 life, with draw a card. So, all in all, I think it's enough for him. But okay, he loses like 4 life. Gain 2 life. Okay. Forgot about the Archfiend ability, I guess. Slight misplay by not returning a tally with Gix command, because I thought the tally was on board for the Fight Rigging. But it didn't matter there too much, because we have a Gix command in my hand, right? So, my thought process was that I can get it regardless. Alright, that was 1 game. In the bag is the text on some cards too small to read. That means your design is bad, because text shouldn't be too small to read. Too many words. Blue Max. Hey buddy, you misspelled blue there. Alright, this is a really good hand, which I'm scared. Okay, that's not a good hand. Never mind. I thought this was a land. This is only 2-lander. And we go first. I don't like mulliganing a 2-lander going first. So, we'll just play one of those games where I don't draw lands for 3 turns and then quit. I like those games. I have 2 removal though. That's better than the 1 removal we had last time. Our opponent is... So I'm confused. If my pet's not here and their pet is here, does that mean that I'm lagging or they're just taking forever? Commune with Spirit. Good. That means they're taking turn 1 off. They are an enchantment deck, which give us a hard time to fight against. Hopefully I draw land number 3 here, or I'm gonna cry. Yeah, who would have thunk it? Ooh, land number 3. Alright, so let's get them Kami. Of course. It'll probably never happen, but you never know, right? It could. I wonder how many removals they would have in that deck. Like ossification stuff, those are all not very fast speed. Okay, they get a 1/1. Get another Dragon-Kami Reborn. I want those lands, that's why. I can play an Archfiend. Do you think he'll remove the Archfiend? It would be slow for him to remove the Archfiend, otherwise I can just attack over him and kill him that way. He'll definitely ossify the Archfiend or something, because this is a pretty big creature. I just need to hit him 3 times to win. If any of these creatures dies, he'll lose 2 life, so... yeah, he will probably ossify the Archfiend. But he tossed an ossification, which is weird. Spirit Companion. Alright, so the thing is, if he ossifies it, I can actually use the, he's not ossifying it. I can actually use the breach, because I can go for the throw my own creature. Pretty interesting how that works. Also, it happens out loud. Not sure I agree with that, so I'm gonna rig some fights. Oh, hey. You know what's a good card? Let's destroy all creatures with power 2 or less. And then we'll also put 2+1/+1 counters on the Archfiend. Look, I destroy all creatures. Guess what happens? Wait, why can't I cast it? I'm confused. But take 9. What happened there? You may cast a creature spell. I'm reading the cards. Explain the cards. I thought it was you may cast any spell. So okay, that was my mistake. But hey, you know, we still got a 9/9 Archfiend on board here. There is an ossification. See how many he has. Deathcap Glade. So we get a Shakedown Heavy. We start shaking him down. Alright, so that means I should have only removed creatures with that, right? You may cast a creature spell. Ugh. Hollow Haunting. I mean, that's fine. I have Menace. You let me draw a card. Alright, the spirits are kind of annoying whenever it attacks, right? Whenever it attacks, choose 1. Sorry, creature. Okay, you know what? Take one of these out. I can play another Shakedown Heavy, but I turn off my go for the throw. I don't want to do that. I want to go for the throw up. In case he wants to cast his Catilda. I need some lands. I draw 2 cards a turn, but not enough lands. There is a Catilda. A protection from Vampire. Is it just protection from Vampire? Flying Lifelink Pro Vampire. Okay, so... Do we go for the throat that? Let's go for the throat that. We draw 2 cards. That is a land. That means we can start doing a tally nonsense next turn. He can get his land back. Oh, he can get ossification back, which is pretty annoying. But we still have a creature, and he is at pretty low life. Mills 2 cards, gains 2 life. Gets back a land. That's all nothing. What does he even have in his graveyard? He has nothing great. He does have Catilda. Catilda's pretty scary. He gets life gain from that. Yeah. Catilda's pretty scary, right? And then he still has blockers. That's annoying. But we are at 35. That's a lot of life. Probably not going to draw lands next turn when I need it. Ooh. What? Yeah. That was questionable. He gains a lot of life. We draw a land. Okay, so here comes the tally time. Give us something good. We're gonna need it. Oh, Gix command. And then the dog. Let's see. You sacrifice. And then... Do we return to? That was not the right order for some reason. It played it in that order. Yeah, that was as bad of an order as it could have gotten, I guess. I don't know why it did it in that order. I don't think they're going to target a Shakedown Heavy. They're just going to... let me draw a card here. Or take the 7. He's going to cast a second Catilda thinking that that's enough. But little does he know, I got another tally. Commune. That Gix command was very important, but it was not done very well. Okay, I would have had the 1/1 dog out. That's the only difference, right? I would have destroyed the board first and then play the dog. I don't think it would have done that much of a difference. Oh, that's a pretty good card for him to get. But if he plays dog, he can't play the Catilda. Also, I don't have any more Gix commands, so... What am I actually hoping for? The Toxrill is going to be really good. Oh, top deck Catilda anyways. Didn't matter there. Alright, what does this do? Deal combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. That's not really anything. I can Tear Asunder this. Or I can a tally, right? I could Tear Asunder it, and then -3/-3 one of them. But that's not doing much. Playing another Atali also isn't doing much. So, oh, this is not even, yeah. That's kind of tricky. Let's exile the, no, let's exile the, hold on. If I killed this, all these spirits are still 4/4, they just will never fly. Will you let me draw a card? Because this is Menace. It does let me draw a card. Not sure you want to let me draw a card there. You're at 2 now. I guess he's hoping to Catilda and gain life from that, which is fair. It's just not a bad deal, but we get the breach next turn. So all the cards that we got are all not as good as Toxrill. Unfortunately, it's just that's the way Arena goes sometimes. I need a Toxrill there. I don't get Toxrill there. He gets his Catilda on the Architect. Oh boy. What can I even bring back? Did I die? 14 plus 12. That's 20. Okay. So everything's attacking me. He gets a 1-1. I'm at 1. He's at 17. We draw a land. Alright. What can we even get that gets us out of the game? Toxrill doesn't really get us out of the game, right? We -2 on these. Well, I guess we're just gonna hope against hope that something happens. I don't actually know what is in our deck or their deck. What can I get from my opponent's deck? Oh, these are terrible cards. They get their best cards, I get their worst cards. That's we'll fight rig this and then we'll just say GG because yeah, that did not happen the way I wanted to happen. All the Italies couldn't even get it done. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is what it is. This deck is not good. This deck is very sort of coin flippy. It's very inconsistent, and we have answers. If we, instead of Itali, got Toxrill, there's no way they would have won that game. If we got Archfiend, they would have died a lot earlier with all the damage that Archfiend deals to them for their creatures dying. But guess what? We got Itali into not the best cards, and their creature was just 1 above the Gix command. Here are Toxrills. Yeah, do I want to keep this hand? This is a pretty bad hand. We get 3 lands. I guess we'll have to keep this hand because of the 3 lands. But we got 2 dead cards in our hand that can't really be used. Oh well. Let's hope something happens. Boseiju. Oh, they're a ramp deck. Do we tear his? No. If there are a ramp deck, we need to Tear Asunder the Beanstalk. Beanstalk's such a good card. Very scary card. We also have a lot of ley lines, which makes our Dragon-Kami kind of boring. We'll go to my turn. Nothing really to do here. Not drawing land number 3 here either. It's not like they're going to counter this, but it's not going to give us really what we need, right? No creatures. Can I just say 0? Yeah, this is where I'm starting to question this card. Because I thought it was any card, but it's just only creature cards. And what if we don't hit creature cards? Then it's kind of just a dead card that we play. Invasion of Zendikar, that's pretty good for our opponent to get. Turn, don't miss a land drop. Drop Invasion, turn 4. Exactly on curve. Well, I can't really do anything. Alright, we get a land. Archfiend, I guess. And then we'll play our Archfiend. Have that get killed by Traxxer or something. What's he holding up? Just a ley line? Don't ley line my Archfiend. Don't do that. That's terrible play. We don't get the Fightclub. And even if we got in the Fightclub, I think we'll just get leyline, so I don't think this is a good fight. I don't think we stand any chance unless we can ramp out faster than them somehow against a ramp deck, right? And then be able to breach them, which also we don't have in our hand. We got Toxrills. Toxrills are worse against this kind of deck where we don't care about, oh, he's just going to pop his Invasion. That's interesting. There is a leyline. Why are you oopsing? That's not even a good play. That's like marginal at best. No lands draw, so the Toxrills are dead cards in our hand. And our opponent is... I don't even know. Oh, yeah, just casual Atraxa, get whatever card you need, and then watch me squirm, right? Do we even want to play this out? This is just... Oh man, I feel so bad. I don't know. I mean, I thought this deck wasn't this bad, but apparently it is. And it's gonna ley line again. Here, I get another Archfiend. We get a land, which is, I guess, is something, but what am I gonna do with it? We're gonna exile his Atraxa so that we don't die from that, and then we'll start swing. He's at 20. He's at 22. I can't even do enough damage. Okay. I don't have board wipes, by the way, so I don't know where this is going. If I draw a land a turn, it'll take me 2 turns to get the. Do I even have 2 turns? These don't reach, right? This is Vigilance Haste. I guess it's an Arcane can kill me like that. Ooh, a cut down. Totally useful card here. That's GG. We can't even kill our own Archfiend this way. Ah, I feel so bad, Archfiend. Come on, do something. Do math. So far, I feel like the mulligan has been very important. And basically, whenever we have a 7-drop in our hand, that's a dead card that we should mulligan out. So if we draw 2 7-drops, it's like we already mull down at 5 in those kind of scenarios. So it makes sense to just keep mulling. I guess I'm learning that, right? So here's a 7-drop. That's nothing. So basically, this is a 2-lander. Do I want to mulligan this hand? Because I don't have green. And I do have the combo if I draw 2 lands in 2 turns, so that's no good. Alright, now we can keep 6 and mull back in a tally, because that's not a good card to keep in my hand. And we basically kept a 7-drop and that's it, right? That's what this hand is shaping out to be. Play an enchantment, please. Please don't play a Thalia. Just play an enchantment. That's not an enchantment. Don't you know how to play Magic? Jeez. The one here dropping Copper Cove Vanguards like it's an enchantment. Where's your Mana Rock? You should be dropping like a Soul Ring or something. Adeline? Yeah. Go first. 1, 2, 3. What am I even playing? I'm not putting a stop there. I can go for the throw it. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Right? Draw your 7-drops, why don't you? I'm starting to question this net decking strategy that I found online, because I don't know who's making these decks. I'm pretty bad at it. Uru Loki. You are you Loki? Or maybe that's his name. All right. Well, now we got 3 lands. We go first. We got the that's not Fightclub. I thought it was a Fightclub, but you know, I'm gonna try. Dragon-Kami Reborn is still a card. There's a Fightclub. All right. Let's play the Vale. If they're mono black, they're gonna have it. Underdog. Cut it down. It's time to fight. What are we gonna get? Archfiend, Shakedown Heavy. I guess we'll just get an Archfiend. Not the best, honestly. Like, that's just a 4-drop, right? He's probably just gonna kill whatever creature I play next turn. Or this turn. So do I even play a creature this turn? Do we just play into his Shieldred? I play the Archfiend, he kills the Archfiend, he plays a Shieldred. I play the Shakedown Heavy. That's fine. These are meant to be played anyways. Bitter Triumph. Hey, we dealt 3 damage. What is it? Alcatraz? We're gonna lose double our life. We got our Archfiend. So let's fight. Now what? He probably has removals, right? It would be weird for a mono black deck not to have more than just one removal. Bitter Triumph is a very good card, but I mean, I guess if he was playing Bitter Triumph, right, that kind of means he doesn't have the removal.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
He doesn't have removal in terms of go for the throw, because I don't know why he wouldn't go for the throw. Toxrill, that's pretty fun. Alright, so I guess we'll attack Liliana, and then we'll also attack his face. No, we'll just double attack Liliana. That feels bad though. Guess we'll attack Liliana with the Restless Cottage, and then we'll play a land. He has 2 mana. Does he have removal? What does this do? Well, if an opponent will lose life during your turn. No underdog for you. Will you save your Lily? Not saving your Lily.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
In it for the 2 damage. 4 damage. I'm at 20. I don't think he can burst 20 on me, even with the what's that called? The corrupt. So if he okay, that works too. Alrighty then. That was the game. So let's talk about this deck. I don't have enough time for another game, but let's talk about this. Let's talk about this deck. This deck is not good. Not good at all. I don't know what to say. Like when the combo goes off, you kind of get the feeling you're cheating out some good cards, but it rarely, if ever, goes off. So yeah, it's just that's the sad part of it, right? So definitely, I think I'll take out Dragon-Kami Reborn. I thought it was any card. It's only creature cards. That's terrible. Toxrill, also taking that out. I thought it was I thought the net decks that I stole these from, that was a pseudo removal, like a board wipe, but honestly, it just never did whatever it's supposed to do. I've fought several aggro decks, right? Mono red, mono white. Did not ever do what it's supposed to do. By the time we are able to land Toxrill, it already doesn't matter. And if we're able to cheat something out against those fast decks, cheating out a Breach or cheating out a Tally would have done the trick. So Toxrill, not a very good card. I should say, not a very good card in this meta, in this deck specifically. So yeah, that can go. This can go, and then this deck could probably use some more ramp. Honestly, like 24 lands, we're kind of stuck on lands a lot. I don't think I want to put more lands in the deck, much so that I want to put some ramp in the deck, like Mana Dorks. That probably would help a little bit more. That's kind of all I have for this deck. I still don't think it's a very good deck. It's definitely not tier 1. It's probably not even tier 2. Probably tier 3, tier 2.5. The deck does have this Shakedown Fight Rigging combo, which is very strong. Outside of that, though, it's not very good at all. So you have to draw these, and that's very hard to do consistently. So if you really want to have fun with this deck, you can. But ranking up or getting consistent wins, that's not where this deck shines, right? So yeah, it's a fun deck. I recommend it. Don't put the Dragon-Kami Reborn in the deck, and don't put the Toxrill in the deck. Put some Mana Dorks, or just put some more lands and maybe one more Italian, one more Breach, and see what happens there. Otherwise, I can also imagine you taking these out, taking the Dragon-Kami Reborn out, taking the Toxrill out, putting another Gix command, and then putting 2 more of those deal 3 damage, gain 3 life black instants. I forgot what it's called, but that could also work. that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.